Welcome to Bedcrime Stories Podcast. I'm your host, T. Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. Do me a favor, please smash that like button and please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support the work I do, a Patreon membership would be so appreciated. Unlike other channels, I am not monetized. It was 10 a.m. on Friday, May 2nd, 2025. A call came in to 911 from Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. The voice on the other end of the phone said that 2 children had gone missing from their home. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police knew that they had to move fast. In cases like these, every second counts. I'm talking, of course, about the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case. Lilly and Jack were reported missing on May 2nd, 2025. Sadly, their mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray, hasn't seen fit to stand in front of reporters for the past 3 months to keep her kids' faces and names and story in the public eye. In fact, Malehya only surfaced when it came time to decide who should be in charge of the GoFundMe monies. Perhaps this is Malehya's method for trying to stay out of prison. Say nothing, do nothing. That's one strategy. Other people are critical of the kid's pseudo-stepdad, Daniel Martell. His method seems to be to try and stay out in the public a little bit more, try to convince us that he's innocent of any wrongdoing, so he talks and he chats a lot, but really he says very little. And often it's different from what he said before, and mostly it's not very helpful. Maybe that's his strategy to stay out of prison. 2 people trying to stay out of prison. One stays silent, one talks, makes his presence known, but both of them have the same goal. Try not to get caught, allegedly, in my opinion. But though people are critical of the pseudo-stepdad, Daniel Martell, honestly, shouldn't the biological mother, Malehya, be the one who's screaming Lilly and Jack's names the loudest? Those are her babies. So she should be the one who is most invested in finding them. And I want to know, why would Malehya call both Lilly and Jack in sick to school on the morning of Friday, May 2nd, when she said she had never even seen the kids Friday morning? How would she have known that Lilly had a cough and was sick? Also, hearing Daniel Martell say that Lilly and Jack went to bed in their daytime clothing on Thursday night instead of their pajamas is a very disturbing detail to me. It's a major red flag. Was that Daniel leaking the truth? Did something bad happen to Lilly and Jack on Thursday evening? And did they end up deceased in the same clothing that they wore on Thursday? Is Daniel trying to get ahead of the story just in case the kids are found deceased and they're wearing the clothing that they were seen in when they went to New Glasgow and were seen on security camera footage? I fear that the kids were taken to a body of water and dumped. I'm sorry, but nothing in this case points to a happy ending. And I want to keep the hope up because these are precious human beings, but their parents are not acting like they want to find them. Daniel and Malehya failing to go through the nighttime ritual of perhaps bathing Lilly and Jack and dressing them in their pajamas spells trouble. The biological mother dropping the ball on the nighttime routine and getting them out of their clothing, to me, again, is a red flag. Should we even expect Daniel Martell to honestly be as invested in Lilly and Jack as Malehya should be? I mean, you'd hope that the adult male in the house would love and care for your children, but that may not be the case. We have seen a bruise on Jack's face. We've heard rumors of possible abuse in the home, some DV. We've heard from Malehya that Daniel is controlling. If Malehya allowed Daniel to do that to her child, or if she's also responsible for some of the bruises herself, it's most despicable. So I believe foul play is likely involved. I think both Malehya and Daniel know exactly where the kids are, and I think they're both keeping the same secret. They're just doing it in a different way. Let's face it, as a mother of 2 missing tots, Malehya should have established a base of operations on day 1. Or if she didn't do it, somebody in her family should have. A place where people could go for posters to post, a place to see which areas still need to be searched, a place with the tip line to the RCMP. Malehya also should have been contacting every news station in Canada and even in the United States. People watch stories about missing kids, especially when they're little children who are cute and adorable. We know that the first 24 to 72 hours are critical when a child goes missing. But in this case, by the evening of day 2, Malehya, the mother, had left her partner Daniel and left the property from which Lilly and Jack went missing. That is highly unusual and it's very suspect. And Malehya should have been hitting the pavement. She should still be hitting the pavement, knocking on doors, putting up posters, searching nearby parks, going into abandoned structures. Hell, I would do all of that if one of my cats went missing. And where is Malehya's Facebook page dedicated to discussing Lilly and Jack and keeping their story alive? Why isn't Malehya advocating for her kids? There's only one logical reason. She's not searching because she knows where they are. And she knows, sadly, that they are beyond help. Just my opinion. This is all allegedly. I'm sorry to say, but I don't believe the kids are being hidden on the reserve. That is a dream. It's a beautiful dream. But according to Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is usually the right one. In this case, the simplest explanation is that Lilly and Jack disappeared due to something bad happening in that trailer on that property. The RCMP have said that this is not an abduction, and they've said that from day 1. So what do they know that we don't know? How can they be so sure? Are they hoping to find the bodies before they make any arrests? That would seem likely. The timeline that Malehya and Daniel's mother, Janie, have shared for that Friday morning, it doesn't make sense, and all the times that they have supplied don't work. Therefore, I think that Lilly and Jack got gone, as Don Wells would say, on the evening of Thursday, May 1st. If Daniel, Malehya, and Janie are all telling the truth about Friday morning, then their times should be pretty much in sync. Yes, people have different memories of things, but when your children go missing, that's a visceral thing that occurs. It hurts your heart so badly that the time that they disappeared should be etched in your memory. And if you worry about the details, you would have written it down to make sure that everything you tell the RCMP is accurate. Remember, the goal is to get your kids back. I think that Janie cannot really be trusted. I know that she says she's telling the truth, but she's the type of mom who I believe would take care of the shovel if her son wanted to bury something. She's a little bit like Brian Laundrie's mother. Just my opinion. Think about it. We have a CPS report. We have Jack with bruises. We have rumors of DV and abuse in the household. We have Lilly, according to Daniel, with a black eye on Wednesday, which would be a very good reason to keep her home from school on Thursday and Friday, because Malehya and Daniel don't want any more trouble with CPS. They want to keep Meadow. And they knew that somebody at Lilly and Jack's school was watching. Somebody was taking notes because that first CPS report came from somebody at the school. We have the stepdad allegedly doing illicit substances in the trailer where the kids were living. And we have a mother right now who's not saying anything. She's not crying out for Lilly and Jack. She's not turning up on the news. She's not plastering posters all over town. She's MIA. We heard she was at the beach. Do you think you could have a good time at the beach if your 2 kids were missing? Again, I know what it feels like because my brother went missing for 2 nights. I had no idea where he was, and I had the most torturous nights. I was fearing that something bad was happening to him, that he might be in a dumpster somewhere, that he might have drowned in a canal. I couldn't sleep. I prayed all night. So all I can say is that I'm so sorry, Lilly and Jack. You deserved so much better. And I really hope that the truth comes out because whatever happened to you should not have happened. And whoever is responsible needs to pay for it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time on Bed Crime Stories. And I just want to remind you guys to take care of yourselves. Remember, you can't put the oxygen mask on the child if you don't already have it on yourself. It's not selfish to self-nurture. I love ya.